What's going on, guys? This is AfterZerg bringing you another gameplay video. So here we have Zarya, and right now it's a very awkward team comp. We have a Widow, a McCree, and a Junkrat. Now, lots of people would usually say, oh, this is not going to be possible. We are solo healing with a Zen, by the way. So, nobody was going to switch, so we just had to make the most of it. And by doing that, we actually did quite well. And you'll see, I started this video a little bit later on in the video because at first I was like, yeah, this is not going to go well. There's no point recording it. But then we took the first point really easily and I decided, hey, let's do it. So here we have, I'm just running around trying to save the Zen right there. But right now it's mainly just about pushing it. And we're trying to make sure that we get a good lead. The street phase is usually pretty easy to push onto, because you've got the spawn so far away for the defense, and the offense's spawn is right there next to the first point. So right now we're just pushing it pretty easily. That's pretty standard. That's gonna happen in most cases. So just keep that in mind when you are pushing or defending against on this map. That will happen. Surprisingly, though, we are killing them quite fairly, and I think that is mainly because, first of all, I had a very good game as Zarya. And you'll see that in the very end, the overall. But yeah, you can definitely see how the other team, they have a Winston right now. However, he's not actually focusing down the proper people. Winston should usually be in the back line a little bit, not necessarily all the way in the back, but he should be around over there trying to kill the healers, whatnot, especially since we only have a Zenyatta. Unfortunately, they're not doing that, so we have a huge advantage. Now, their other Zarya is actually pretty good. The problem with us is that we were actually charging her up a lot, and that is not a good thing. You do not want to charge Zarya up, and if you are going to charge up the other Zarya, you need to kill her right away, or as soon as possible. So, over time, the other team kind of just fell into a state of what do we do? And that kind of let us take this first point really quickly. As you can see here, we get it really close. But the lack of healer at this very point where we are right now, this is literally the closest you can possibly be to the enemy's spawn. So the defense has a very huge advantage here. Now, without our solo healer, with our solo healer being a Zen, we don't have enough heals to sustain. So that means if you don't have that situation, you have to get kills very quickly. So right here, we're kind of grouping up now. We shouldn't even be up this far, but I was solo queuing. I'm going to try to get you guys some videos from me actually doing some team games, because I do have a team in Discord. I'm managing a team now, up and running now. I will put the link in Discord. Feel free to join. We'd love to have more of you guys, and that'd be great. So just let me know. And if you have any questions about that, you can message me over YouTube or any other way that you're able to. So here we are. We've got picks. We've got about two people down, I think, maybe three. And this is where it's really important. They try to go Tracer in order to counter us. However, a Tracer against a fully charged Zarya just is not a good thing. You really don't want to do that. Anything against a high charged Zarya is pretty dangerous, to be honest. But here they are trying to hold. They actually hold for quite a while, as you can see. But eventually we're able to actually do enough damage, and that's mainly just because of the fact we weren't able to finish this faster because we had a Zen instead of a Mercy. Zenyatta solo healing, usually not necessary. You don't really want that. However, since we had the Discord and we had some good DPS players, good tank players, able to do lots of damage. So that's going to help us get this point quite quickly. It's quite fairly easy, except now we have to back up again, which again, we got them 0.07 meters away. We almost got it. However, we just, again, didn't have the heals. So we did not get the point then, but we got very close. And this is one of those instances where you want to just back up. And that is exactly what we're doing. Well, never mind. No, it's not exactly what we're doing. You don't want that to happen. You want all of your arrows to be in the same place, which shows that everybody's in the same place. So here we are. We got a pick, and this is where we definitely want to go in. The soldier was there, so I was just checking to make sure he was gone. The tire gets the Winston, which is quite important, but unfortunately we are going down a few. But then I see that we have the Transcendence, and right there is where I realized, okay, I need to go ahead and ult because we have unlimited healing. It's a great idea to that flick shot on the soldier with my right click there was pretty sick. But yeah, I mean, if you've got Zenyatta healing, almost any ult is a good idea to use, especially when you're that close to getting the point. So that will finish up the round. Reinhardt swinging his hammer at all of them, destroying them. So we're going on to defense, and here, as you can see, you're about to see the team comp. I like to tab a lot just to kind of see what's going on. So you'll see the team comp, and then I'll skip forward a little bit to the round. As you'll see, I'm trying to check right now to see what he plays, so I can see, oh, does he need to play Zenyatta, or can he play Mercy or something? And you'll see in a couple seconds, I believe he will go Mercy. And so this is actually quite good comp. We've got McCree and Junkrat as defense, so I will go ahead and skip ahead. Alright, so here we have it. This is our lineup, and we're getting ready to go, and we saw the Hanzo, and we knew that, okay, they're going to have a sniper, and we saw the Zarya. A lot of times that kind of means we need to play it back some. Unfortunately, we didn't. Right now I'm running out to get charged, but then Reinhardt kind of keeps swinging his hammer too much, and he wasn't doing anything, so our McCree went off by himself, and you never want to go some spot by yourself. Right now, our Mercy and McCree are split, and our Reinhardt and Junkrat are split, so we're kind of all over the place. Fortunately, we're able to get in there. I shield myself and jump in front of the Junkrat so that hopefully we can block any damage. Unfortunately, we kind of fell apart because of that overall. I mean, when we got split up, it was too much. And then Mercy was nowhere to be found because I think she died, and so Zen wasn't able to heal me enough, and that would lead me to die because their Zarya was just completely fully charged because of our Junkrat. I see that we have Transcendence, so I try to get on the point and get healed up because I needed it. And I saw, okay, I almost have ult. I can probably do something with this. I have it. Still alive, just barely. Our healers again just keep dying. I don't know exactly why. So I go in to try to help the D.Va, and I go ahead and ult, but that probably was not the best of ults. It would have been a really, really good ult if the Lucio hadn't used his sound barrier. So unfortunately, we were not able to contest, and that would be the end of that defense point. And so now we move on. Now, fortunately though, the Hanzo did ult, so we wasted that, and now we are moving on to the next phase. Now, what you want to do if you are on defense and you are defending on King's Row against this kind of situation, what you want to do, everybody back up, because as you can see right here, they're getting picks on us, and it's going to set us behind, and you're going to see what that does to the card. See that Hanzo just got 2 picks right there. So what you want to do is back all the way up as far as you can, so that you're not in their line of sight. That means either going to if anything, at least going around the corner, right where I'm looking, where my crosshair is, going around there at least. But just backing up so that you're not in the position to get picked off, because then you'll just be set behind. McCree ult, so I bubble him so he doesn't die. Fortunately, he gets the Mercy pick, and I go in and try to focus down the Zarya, and I realize, oh, she's got some good charge there, so I die. And so this is a precarious situation. We do have picks, so we're kind of in a good position. Mercy reses me, which is pretty smart, and I'm able to go in and help out. Junkrat's getting in some work, and that's going to clean them up right there. So here we are. This is a very interesting spot for the cart to be, because usually people just kind of push through on the street phase. But when you are able to hold on street phase, what you want to do is hold somewhere like here. It's not like Numbani or anything like that. I think Numbani and not King's Row, El Dorado. Those are 2 maps where you kind of want to be behind the cart when you're defending. Right here, you can kind of stand. If the cart is in that specific little street, you can actually stand in front of the cart. And what that will do is the enemy can't really flank you that well if you have the proper vision. So standing in front of the cart, while most times, yes, it is a bad idea. You don't usually want to stand in front of the cart. In some situations, it can be good, especially if you're waiting for your team to, if you're waiting for their team to respawn and come back. Standing in front of the cart is actually pretty good because they'll try to do some damage to you. As Zarya, you can get some good charge. So right here, I've got my ult. This is my second ult in the game. So I know, okay, I'm going to go ahead and ult there because I saw the Reaper behind. And so, McCree in the back. So I thought, yeah, that's a Reaper. I can't see very well. So the Junkrat is able to get his ult off. My main goal was just to get the that get them all grouped up. Unfortunately, Lucio had a sound barrier again. I think what he was trying to do was save it up for me, so he would be able to counter my ult. But our Reaper's able to get in there afterwards, and we get the team kill. And that's going to be very, very important because now we can push the cart back to its prime spot where we can easily defend it. And so now we're going to be waiting. So right now I see they have a Junkrat. I'm getting really happy, you know, because Junkrat versus Zarya. Zarya's going to destroy him once she gets good charge off of him. And so all that's left for me to do is time my barriers properly. So now what we're doing, they're about to push in, and I see that, so I'm saying, okay, we need to back up. We need to back up. I go in there to get some charge, and I get out. Roadhog, unfortunately, he doesn't get out in time, and both of us die. So this is the situation where everybody needs to just leave, because they obviously just wiped our team. There's nothing we can do about that. We don't have anybody that can stall it, and so then we're going to get picked off and even staggered if we don't play it safely. So the two players that are up there need to get back. Fortunately, one of them is the Reaper. You're about to see in a couple seconds. There he is. He dies because he was not playing properly. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do what I can to get my charge. Unfortunately, our Junkrat, while he's getting picks and kills, that is, he's not necessarily getting picks. That's the thing. He's getting kills. Unfortunately, his kills are also giving their Zarya charge, which is shredding me because, I mean, she focuses me down a lot. You'll see that throughout the game. So we have a Mei now to try to stall out the point a little bit, and that's going to help out a little, but that Junkrat that we have is still doing too much damage. I would almost suggest a Pharah. I know they have a McCree, but if our Pharah can focus McCree down, they don't have anybody else that can counter. And so I see the Lucio use his sound barrier so they can try to push, which was not a smart idea. So I go ahead and I'm ready. I see Mercy's about to res, so I go ahead and ult. And what this will do is it'll give us a quad kill, and that'll get, a triple kill, setting us up and pushing their team back to reset. And that's going to be very important so that our team can have time to get some ult charge and all of that. It's very important that you are able to clean up a team, because what that will do is it'll make them reset, and if they're not resetting, they'll try to start shooting at you. But what that does is it gives you an opportunity to shoot at them, giving you ult charge. So you really kind of, and I see this tire, first of all, so I bait it. I tried to at least, and I believe I did bait him to use it on me, but I think he tried to get somebody behind. So now, right now, I'm literally sitting here at 20 health. Fortunately, I get healed. One thing you want to do, if you're a support player, if you have a Zarya on your team that is fully charged, definitely pocket her. A lot of players don't really understand that, and when you have a good Zarya player, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am a fairly decent Zarya player. When you have a good Zarya player, pocketing them is very crucial. I mean, you can, if you're a Mercy player, even an Ana player, if you're an Ana player, I've done it a few times too, and it works very, very well. If you are an Ana, Mercy, even Zen can kind of put his Harmony Orb on them, try to give them extra healing. I was too far up here, by the way. But if you are playing healer, please pocket your charged Zaryas. Anybody that is definitely able to put out a lot of damage in that fight. That's definitely who you want to lean more towards, especially since Mercy's buffed right for now, where she can res people. If you lose one other person, just res them and keep going back to pocketing, because honestly, a 100 or 80 charged Zarya will absolutely destroy an entire team if you keep her alive. So here I have my ult. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out and tell my team to clean it up. I get the Lucio and we get the Reinhardt, and right now the Mercy reses both of them, so they kind of get a good lead there. Unfortunately, we did not get the kills we needed, because I think we were too spread out. We came from two different directions, which sometimes is good, but, you know, not always. You can't do everything. So I tried to switch to Pharah real quick, see if I can boop some people off or get some quick kills. Unfortunately, no, I cannot. So round 2 is done, and I will be right back with round 3. Alright, so here we got round 3, and we're on attack, and this is the last round because their team did not cap it before overtime occurred. So our Widow gets a pick, and that is very important. Unfortunately, since Mercy's new res, she can instantly res. Unfortunately, our Winston just ran right in and kind of just died. I get the kill on the Junkrat though, and he can't be resed, so that's actually very important because our team will res before their team will. So right now I'm waiting on our team to group up. I'm just trying to get some charge, and you can see I have a lot of it. Winston comes back, and I know the McCree's still there, so I go after him, and he goes down. So now we're pushing in. We've got a man up. I go for the Mercy. I just dive her because I know that's the most important thing. Then I put my shield up. It was just perfect timing, and then unfortunately I die because the Reinhardt got shielded. But then I'm back because of Mercy's ult, and you can see our Winston was in the back line, so I let him finish off the Lucio, and we get a double kill on the Ryan and Junkrat, and that is going to pretty much finish up the game. But you have to remember, no matter what you do, you can't necessarily always get lucky with that instant. I mean, I think the main booster was just the fact that we killed so many people in the first round because they weren't expecting a solo healing Zen and 3 DPS that were actually kind of off. We had a Soldier, a Junkrat, a Reaper, a Junkrat, and Widow part of the time. So it's very interesting. You can see the play of the game right there, and I mean, it was quite impressive game. I had actually 61 kills in that game with gold, so I was very proud of that. If you guys like these videos, please comment below, and please subscribe and turn on those notifications. I'm AshZerg, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.